Oh,
There's things you gotta grind to. So by the time you turn 21, 22, you've given up your rights for what? Like the average person, let's say, goes through this 16. By the time you're 21 years old, your child's now what, 4 or 5 years old? You're giving up your system now, you've given up your rights now for 4 or 5 years. In the court's eyes, you've been a complete deadbeat for 5 years. So it's an impossibility for them to even look at you in the face with a square vision and say, oh, all of a sudden you want to be a good human being? You've never shown proof that you're a good human being. So to them, it does not matter. Like, people don't take into consideration that life changes, especially the court system. It looks at it as black and white. So as long as you have proven to them that this is black and her is white, I guess, in the end, like, sorry to make that term.
There's no
gray area in between. The only way I've seen this go correct is when somebody goes through arbitration, because nobody wins. Well, then you're on both. Then you're on both. If the arbitrator takes into both perspectives of what both people want, and then they just literally draw a line down the middle and says, you don't get this, you don't get this, but this is what's best for the child.
Well,
that's the only way I've seen it.
Babies are business, and business makes money from babies, right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, like, you have to go through the court process for them to get their money. Yada yada.
And that's it. Like the one thing I told you before was, because you've been so instrumental in your daughter's life from jump, there is no court situation where she can prove to them that you've been a neglectful father. Oh, that's where you actually have the benefit. You've got proof for years. From day one, the kid's been in your arms. Like, you can put a timeline in, like, you can do one of them little drag long timeline scenes, bro, of 9 hours long of you playing with your kid. Yeah, she can't do that. No, like, that's what I'm saying. The system is built on what I like to consider show and proof. You can't fight the system because genetics gives them the head. What we have to do is be smart enough to understand that. Yeah. Take the steps that are necessary to prepare, to know that, bro, you can't jump on a boat, go fishing, and know you're going in the open water and not know you're gonna you may hit a tsunami. You know what I mean? Like, know that the storm is coming. You can't do shit about the storm other than ride it out, bro. You can't do nothing. You can't change the weather at that point. You can't, GPS don't work. Nothing makes sense at that point. The world's upside down, but the course is ride out the storm. Yeah. That's it. That's all you can do.
And bring it back to your point at the beginning of that, is like, again, some fathers that are like are newborn, like, you know, having newborns, some of them are not ready for that. Some of them are still in that immature state of mind. And again, it takes some time to get to the point where you have to be an adult, step up.
So let's be real. You and I have known each other for years. Yeah. When we were 18 and 19, going to shooters and doing all the dumb shit when we first started meeting, you think we were ready to be fathers then?
Oh, no. Remember, do we have to bring up that story? I almost fainted.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we weren't ready. Like, it's life in terms that shows you when you're ready to be a father. Yeah. Like, it's not fair that you don't get to make that emotional choice, but at the same time, the cards are dealt, bro. Yeah.
Look, the problem with that now, I mean, I'm with what people would say I'm a unique, because my dad has been in my life and then popped off for, I don't know, my whole teenage year.
Mm-hmm. Was child support a benefited thing to your mom at that point?
Oh, my dad got lucky on child support.
If my mother's watching this right now. No, because that's another angle. Like, talk about it. Like, how did not having somebody stress out your dad? Like, because she never painted that image of your father as a deadbeat.
Oh no, he was never.
I know your mom. That's why I'm saying. That's why I can say that. But I'm saying I can see that she never painted that image to you. Like, you know your dad for your dad. You know his flaws because you actually know your dad. Yeah. Versus your mom painting that. If that makes any sense. Yeah.
No, you know what? Let's flip this around a little bit, because I've seen both perspectives through my mother and women that I've dated. Okay, that have kids. Now, the women that I dated that have kids with fathers that they say are deadbeats, because I met with them afterwards and you realize this guy's not a deadbeat. She ain't giving him the chance.
That's one perspective.
Yeah. On my personal side, my mother never, ever talked bad about my dad, except for the time I was born. When I say the time I was born, I mean the literal day, because he wasn't there.
Understandable.
But other than that, my father's been there, he spent money. He would have freaking jumped through hoops for his kids, just like I'll jump through hoops with my daughter. It's just, I don't know, my dad's controlling. He wants what he wants. And when he doesn't get what he wants, it's a new beast in the room.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. The differences between most other people's perspective is you know your father.
Yeah.
You got a chance to view your father from clear eyes. like both parents were being kind of patient with each other in some respect. So you got a chance to view your father of the man he was, not the man he was painted of.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
No.
Like, whereas other people, some guys get denied that. They run into a situation, they run into their kids 10 years later, and then all of a sudden they're the biggest a-hole on the planet because that's all they've been painted as.
Yeah. Because I see these guys, like I said, the girls that I've dated in the past, I run into the baby fathers, and I'll talk to them like, you cool. Why is she not letting you see your kid? Oh, because she has something against me. What? That's the thing I don't get. And I don't understand about women that get that spiteful. You keeping your kid away from their father does not help you, and especially does not help the kid. And the reason why it doesn't help out the kid, because that kid's not gonna know all the attributes and all the things that are coming out of him as he's growing up,
And where's
because
from?
he only knows one half the DNA,
Facts.
or she knows one half of the DNA. You have to let both parents in. Now I can understand where the guy's an asshole.
No, there's
He beats her.
he's dangerous. Yeah, you
Yeah.
keep him away from him. I fully
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
There's always a perspective. But here's the thing, though. As a man that was denied your rights because of child support, how do you feel in the sense like of it now? Do you wish you can almost go back in time and pay the child support and then do the fight? Or is it better now that you've gone through it and understand that there was nothing you could have done throughout the whole thing? Because
Well,
you could have seen it on both sides. You fought, but then you know what I mean. You didn't go to court route, is what I'm saying.
There's two answers to this. Would I go back? No, because that would be the selfish answer, right?
Okay.
Do things differently, like from a manner of like from a manner of like the court perspective. Sure, I'd do that all over again because I wasn't in my right mind. Also, I'm not putting in the factor that my mom passed away
Yeah. That didn't help at all.
prior to all that.
Yeah, that didn't help at all.
So all of that plus my mom dying, I wasn't in the right mind. So when I went to court, I was just like, do your worst. Like, I can't do nothing about this. Now, like 12 years later, I look at it from a different perspective, and it's like, maybe I shouldn't have gave up my rights that easily. Because then maybe I would have a better understanding of the relationship with my child outside of that. But I gave into her willingness to want to raise a kid and have control. And again, I'm not one to take away or add pressure to that situation or be controlling.
But I understand that from you because I know your personality. That's why I say there's so many guys that I've witnessed go through the same thing. Like, I'll tell you a story about a friend of mine that this one ended well, but it was terrible at the beginning. Like, he's a good friend of mine who's like, I don't have to say his name because, statute of limitations. But
Yeah.
No. It's just whatever, right?
Delusions of grandeur.
No. He was wilding at the beginning. He was a tattoo artist. We were living free. I used to work at a shop. Like, I used to work at a shop. We used to have a ton of fun. He got a girl pregnant that was like basically like somebody who was like kind of sidely in the group. She was like in and out. But she was stark ravingly crazy. Like stark ravingly mad. She like literally picked up one day, took off with the kid, told him nothing about like what was going on. First off, she didn't tell him she was pregnant for like 6 months. That was the craziest part. Then all of a sudden shows up when she needed money. Oh, I'm pregnant and it's yours. So now he had to literally half change his life. Stop the party and do everything else. Like literally bought a shop because he wanted to be a responsible human being. Like he's like, fuck, I got a kid coming. So he started changing everything. Then all of a sudden she picked up and left. Like, I mean, took off for almost the first year of his daughter's life, bro. The first year of his daughter's life, he paid private investigators. He went crazy, bro. Tried to do the court system, everything. Nobody could find this chick. Till one day, middle of the night, she shows up and she drops the daughter off at the shop. We were all there because we saw Cassie walk in. And we're like, I know that face. Like, I've seen her when she was first born, bro. So I know that face anyway. Like, I'm like, bro, go get him right now. Like, she's in the shop. And it's like, she didn't even walk in. Bro, he packed down the shop, locked everything off, closed the doors, called his creditor that night and defaulted on his bills. He left the country, bro. Like, he was that serious about being a dad. He got denied it for a year, knowing that she was in danger, and literally just said, fuck it, I'm done. I don't care if the law comes after me. He packed up, got on a plane, and we helped him pack his shit, bro.
So that's the goal, man.
So I understand the grind that it is for some, some fathers get the bad slope, some fathers end up on two sides. It's never just one story. But the realm of child support's a maw, bro, because think about it. If he wanted to go the route of paying child support, he went through all of that. He wanted to do all of that, but then got denied. You, same thing. Like, you wanted to be a father at some point. Like, you tried. I watched you try. You literally packed up your entire life. Beat production was done, bro. Dolo Beats was over.
That was me just like going through it because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be at that time. But at the same time, I was still, how can I say it, like not mature. Like I was still immature. So now I'm mature about shit. It's like, I would still probably go the same route, but like I'm grateful for like that experience and going through that whole process of neglecting the child support for those 12 years because it put me through so much fucking adversity and put me through a fire where mentally I had to change a lot of aspects on my life and who I am. And again, I dealt with alcoholism, a whole bunch of shit, but that's just part of the roadblocks, it's part of life. But again,
Frank.
Yeah, Frank the Tank type shit. But people who know that what went down, and as a father, like I wish there could be moments where like I could see everything as it grows. Yeah, but like again, like vision's hindsight, 2020 vision. Right? And again, like my stance on him is when he is ready to reach out to me.
He'll find you. I don't think because of the internet now and how quick it is, like it's
so
gonna
vast.
He'll find you in 0.2 of a second, have more questions for you than life.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about any of that. Like I understand to a lot of people from my family side, a lot of like my close friends, it looks really fucked up and distorted. Right? My stance on it, but
no, it's just a perspective of going through it in life. You have your perspective based because you went through that adversity. I don't think it's fucked up, bro. Yeah, I think it's perfectly rational.
Well, again, it's all about like perception is key. Like some people know the story, some people don't. Again, I'm not gonna like give them.
Right, I guess you're not gonna give the naysayers the of going through the whole process of giving up your life. I feel you.
So it's just like, you know what? Play my cards right and just pray for the best.
Okay, I got a question for you now. Because you dread, because you're one of those people who live your life to a point where you're giving up a lot of your freedoms to avoid child support. A lot of it. And I mean, as your friend, I know this. So how do you go through every single day knowing that you could be living a better life if to be selfish? Like, is it to be in your daughter's life, is it more willing to pay that penalty every single day because you don't want to be the absentee father? Or is it the fact that you don't want to go through the battle and then might become an absentee father?
It's not even a battle or becoming an absentee father. It's just not being around my daughter. It's the only joy I get on a regular basis is coming home and hearing her say, Daddy, me screaming out princess, and her not leaving my side the whole night. This is what mainly keeps me in the house and just biting my tongue and half the shit I want to freaking argue about. But just seeing my daughter, it's like, okay, you know how there's a virus? Whatever bad goes on with the girlfriend, that's the virus. My daughter is the cure.
Thanks.
I see her and I was like, yeah, I don't care. I got my little girl bouncing on my knee. I don't like.
That's the medicine.
Yeah,
I feel you.
That's what keeps me sane. That keeps me grounded. It keeps me keep my feet on the road. Because, like I said, I've said it on the show before. I work so much, and I work a job where I'm on the highway, and I can get hit by a Mack truck, buses, cars, and
at any point you can be taken out.
Yeah. The only reason I do this fucking job because I got my daughter on my screensaver on my phone. I look at her face and like, okay, she needs this money. I don't need this money.
No,
She needs it.
Bro, I did the same thing for the first year of my kid growing up. Like, not even before that. Like, my girl, me going through the house with, me working with that crazy ass racist person and all that shit, like, literally putting my life on the line, like welding shit, like in a Levy trailer that's like about to explode and shit. Like, yeah, trust me, I've been there. Like, the paycheck isn't. It's the means of who you love and who you live for. So I can completely understand. But is it the fact that the back, like, because I already know the secret that the relationship side of it is kind of over. What I'm saying to you is that the fact that you have to now spend the next, let's say, 10 more years, like
21 years.
No, not even that, because you equal it out in the sense that his kid is very smart, so she'll have sense to figure out the relationship's dead at about 17. Like, his kid's way smarter than average. So trust me, she'll figure it out pretty quick. I'm just saying, how is it that for your soul going through all of that, knowing that it's going to end bad? Like,
Oh, it doesn't matter to me. Why that doesn't matter? Because I got my kid.
That's the only reason.
If it blows up, it blows up. But it's gonna blow up while I'm with my kid. As long as I'm with my kid. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, I already knew the answer.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted the world to get that part. Because for me, I don't dread child support because I'm good in a good situation. So I don't have that overall fear in my life. But I mean, it has creeped into the back of my mind that, you know what I mean, you have to always be on your P's and Q's, because the second you lose one piece of it, your relationship, it's a domino effect, bro. There's only one argument turns into I don't give a shit to we need more space to fuck you to I'm moving and taking the kids with all your shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one domino to the next domino to the next domino. There is no in between that. Like, it's a constant, like, I look at relationships as a constant fucking maintaining project. Like, if the piece of thing chips on one stone, bro, go repair that shit immediately. Do not let that stone sit there and rot, fam, or else.
Depending on like how forgiving you are in situations. I don't know. It's all about if you're willing to fix it. But again, it's a two-person party.
No, but you guys know me. I'm very regible, but it takes a lot to. Like, I guess I look at it both ways. It takes a lot to deal with me, so I know I have to give some give as well, right?
Well, of course, it can't be okay. In every situation, you're going to be selfish. That's just facts. That's just a given. In certain situations where you don't feel like you have to be that, then you're going to be selfless. So it's a constant battle and give and take of being selfish and selfless.
Yeah, I guess that's a good one. All right, well, that's a good way to end that one, because I like the way we ended that one. Because I mean, child support's a dangerous thing. For any, like, my last piece of this, because we're gonna switch to the next topic, but like my last piece of this on this is that if for any dad that's going through it and any dad that's worried about child support, don't let that be the determination to stop you from seeing your kid. Don't, because you will miss out on the precious, most awesome years of you. Like, even if you get him for only an hour a day, bro, it's literally the coolest shit ever. Like, my son has been I'm not saying this is a determinant for anybody. I'm just saying my son saved my life to an immense degree. My girl saved my life and my son saved my life. All types of wild shit I could have been into. Everybody knows, like, anybody who knows my circle knows the crazy shit I could have been into. Like, they settled me out. They normalized me. But at the same time, any other guy, bro, that fight's worth it. That's what I say to anybody. That fight's totally worth it, even if you try your pockets.
1 minute.
So it's like the only thing you can do is just have an understanding that, the court system doesn't have your back, so make sure you have your own back. Be on your P's and Q's. Don't approach this like it's a game, fam. Know that, your kid's life and your life is on the line.
Well, it's always your choice. Yeah.
Like, you don't have a choice but to be on your P's and Q's. First thing you need to do is make sure you're not a dick, because that's the first measure of how far that girl's willing to, like, even if the relationship's over, were you a dick through the relationship? Like, if you weren't a complete asshole, you might be able to have some really cool time with your kid, because I've watched that work too. I've watched people separate, hate each other, but still grow the kid to be a respectful, dope human being because they both respect each other. Don't lose respect for each other. Like, no matter what the hell is going on, realize that this is just them being emotional at the time, trying to get what they want. And that'll eventually disappear because they'll be the bad guy.
Well, manipulation sucks, right?
Yeah. Like, you can't live a life where you're always the bad guy.
No, definitely.
Nobody wants to be that for the rest of the time. And thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for another episode of Dad Report. Like, geez, can y'all give me your social media to my right?
Just Dave Linden on Facebook, Dave Linden 22 on Instagram, and on Snapchat.
And Dolo Beats. He keeps forgetting.
Yeah, that also. And if you do gaming, it's also Danger Dice 360 on on Xbox and on PS4 as well.
Droop Dog, Instagram, Droopy22997. There's too many Droopies in the world.
How?
I don't know.
Cool name, Droopy the dog, the cartoon character. Let's be real.
Snoopy.
Just saying.
And you already know, it's your favorite host, LIP1583 on Instagram, Andrew Coley on everything else, because, I'm too much of an A for anything else.
Dad Report on Instagram as well.
And, Dad Report on everything. Like, just go Instagram, like, subscribe, and please, thank you for always watching. Thank you for always helping us out. We've grown tremendously because of the audience, and we thank you for all of you who like, share, and watch this show. Like, we do it for you, all those dads out there going through the struggles, and shout out to all the moms who watch the show. I've been approached by a lot of moms who say they get a kick out of this because it's good to watch a dad's perspective.
It's like to laugh at us.
Yeah, no, but shout out to the moms that watch. For real though, shout out to the moms that watch.
Moms are
until
watching
next
it
time.
saying you guys don't know shit. Peace.